Welcome to the call, everyone. I'd like to extend a very special welcome to those of you who are just watching from so far away and at a ridiculous time. I'm going to do my best to make sure this is definitely worth your investment, your time investment. My name is Ade Adeyemi. I'm a speaker, coach, and trainer with the John Maxwell team. You see, my life was pretty normal for like the first half of my life. And by normal, I mean it was dull, it was miserable, it was working to live, striving and striving without making any real progress. And then by meeting several people who exposed me to a different way of thinking, I set some pretty ambitious goals. My life took on a life of its own, really. And I found myself moving in a different direction, getting different results and leading a dream life. And when I saw what happened to me, and I'm not talking about someone who deserves a great life or success and all the things I dreamt of. This is me we're talking about now. We're talking about me, little old me. So when I saw what happened to me, I thought I have to share these principles with people, because if they could change my life the way that they have, they definitely will do the same for you. Now, this is really nothing new. Many of you would have seen, a lot of these ideas before, and none of this information is really mine. That's why I feel so comfortable saying how great they are. You see, these ideas, they've been around for years. It was really the way that they were explained and the way that they could be implemented in my life that made a difference to me. So really, this message is for you. If you are struggling in any area of your life, this is for you. And I really do think it applies to anything, really. I mean, I haven't tested it in every area, obviously, but I set some huge goals, some very huge goals. And I've achieved most of those. And my guess is that if it works on such a massive scale for me, it will probably work for you too. You see, one of my mentors, Paul Martinelli, he used these principles and he went from being a high school dropout to becoming a prominent world leader in his chosen field. And interestingly, when we think about why some people are successful, I think all success in life comes down to understanding the answer to this simple question. What is the primary cause of your results? What are the root of everything we get in life? Why do we do the things we do? Why don't we do the things we know we should do? See, I believe if we all knew the answers to this type of questions, we'll have the confidence and understanding to use more of the infinite potential available to us. And then to step forward into growth and grow in any direction we choose. Most people want to live in their purpose, but they don't even know what that purpose is or how to achieve it. Maxwell Maltz, he sold about 30 million copies of a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. And he said in that book that if we want to experience lasting change in our life, we needed to start from the inside. We need to begin by working on us. So I want to share some of my story with you. how I became a student of this material, how I began to apply some of the principles and what happened. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really expect them to work. I hoped they would, but I didn't expect them to. I was more interested in teaching the ideas than using them myself. But you see, as I followed the process, they took on a life of their own. And I sort of stumbled across my dreams in the process. One day there was a double take and boom, I was sort of living my dream life. Now, obviously, there is more to changing your life than just understanding purpose, vision, and goals. In fact, there are 12 fundamental steps in the system that I studied and followed. But we only have maybe about 45 minutes together today. So I wanted to give you something that's going to be of the most use to you right away. Something that even if we never speak to each other again, even if you never watch me again or I see you again, something that you can take and you can use right away. And then for those of you that are interested in finding out more, I'll show you a way at the end of this presentation how to do that. Fair enough. Cool. So let's start with this. You see, when I was putting this together, I just love this lesson. I had a blast putting it together and really just baiting in the thought idea of how we create what we want in our lives. And I think that has to be the very first understanding for goal setting. This lesson is a lesson on goal setting. And I'm going to use that language throughout today, but I want to really affirm the understanding that what we all call goal setting and goal achieving is really a very natural process of creation and manifestation. This is a very important distinction to make, because for many years in my life, I look at myself as a failure when it comes to being a goal achiever. I mean, I had failed so many times in achieving goals. And when I say I failed, what I really mean is that I simply I quit trying. I don't honestly even remember making the conscious decision to quit trying. Now, I can remember making the decision to not do whatever it was that I was supposed to do that day to achieve my goal. I can remember that. Well, I never look at that singular decision as me saying no to my life's dream, or to me quitting on my goal. I still wanted my goal, but it always seemed to lead to that. Sooner or later, I quit on my goal. I would just stop trying altogether. But what if I had it all wrong? What if I was looking at this goal setting thing? What if I was looking at it all wrong? What if I wasn't failing that time when I quit? What if quitting from time to time was a necessary part of the goal achievement process? What if that time space that I had labeled as quitting, what if it was actually a natural and necessary part of the process in goal achievement? Like a time space in the creative process for self-evaluation, for like self-contemplation, a necessary expression of the law of living, rather than a space for more action. What if in that time space that I defined as quitting, what if I was to use that as a time in the creative process to strengthen my inner image. Even while doing nothing, not exercising, studying, all those stuff, if I still held the image, that image will still keep me in the goal achievement of creative process. It's not just the physical activity. What if I change my perception of goal achievement altogether and began to see it as a creative process, a process of manifesting things in my life, of attracting things into my life. Now, that was something I could have more confidence in. That I knew I had been successful at in my life. For some reason, when I look at this process as creating things, as manifesting things, I had less self-judgment when I would meet with those temporary failures. See, goal setting and goal achieving are skills. They are skills and they must be learned like any other skill. They require a learning model, as all things do, just as learning to ride a bicycle. But creating, manifesting, now that's a very natural process for us. You see, we were born creators. We came pre-programmed to create. We arrived on the scene with the learning model of creating already programmed within us. We were in fact made in the image of the Creator himself. What a huge shift in awareness. What a great way to begin this process. Starting with the belief that I'm already a creator. I have nothing to learn. Rather, I only need to become fully aware of this power which I already possess. See, in the learning to ride a bicycle model, there is a lot of falling down. So you were born with the potential to ride the bike, but you have to learn the skill. The difference is when you were learning to ride a bike, at that time, because you were young, you have not yet fully developed your ego judgment center. The ego judgment center is this part of your self-image that seems to track and keep record of every failure you ever made. When you were young, you could suspend that self-judgment and you just stay connected to your desire. But as you grew older, your awareness, your perception, and your self-image starts to change. I mean, pay attention to the linguistics of a child and you will hear and see what I'm talking about. When a child falls off a bike, they say something like, this stupid bike. It won't just stay straight or something, but it's this stupid bike. Compare that to an adult learner. When an adult learner falls off a bike, they say, I'm just so stupid. I can't do it. I remember my son, my son, Junior could do some amazing things with a bike that just make me say, wow. I mean, he could sit on the handlebar and ride the bike backwards. He could do that stuff they call popping a wheelie. That's like when you're riding a bicycle on one wheel. And I remember when I started teaching him to ride a bike. We were living in Lawrenceville, Georgia. You see, our street in Georgia had a sort of a slope. At some point, it's almost about 35 degrees. Junior was about 6 years old. He has just graduated from the tricycle, and we have removed the training wheels. And now he's been practicing the bicycle for a few minutes with me, holding on to the handlebar and the back of the seat, and running after him as he learned to pedal. It was pedaling down the slope. I mean, at some point, it got so good at pedaling and holding on to bike that he told me to just leave him on his own. He want to ride the bike on his own. I was scared at first, but then I let him go. So he started pedaling faster and faster down the slope. And when he came to a parked car at the bottom, he applied the brakes so hard that he ran into the car and he went flying. Boom. Man, I was so scared. I ran to him. He was on the ground laughing. And when I offered to carry him home, he declined. He said it was that stupid car. It wasn't there before. And I actually rode his bike back home. He's in college now, but he still remembers this story vividly every time we think about it or we talk about it. So you see, there are two thoughts here. First, make the shift from looking at goal setting and achieving as something you cannot do or something that you are a failure at doing, and begin to see that goal setting and achieving are a part of a natural process of creation and creating. That they are a part of manifestation and manifesting, and that you were born pre-programmed as a perfect creator and manifestor. The second thing is you got to make this shift in your perception. You can begin to detach yourself from the outcome. Separate your self-value from your results. You are not your results. When you do this, you're going to find out that not only will you feel like 1,000% more confident, you're going to feel like 1,000 times happier, 1,000 times freer. In fact, you will create and manifest 1,000 times faster. You see, the reason we define our purpose, vision, and goal is really so that we can consciously direct this creative process. Your purpose, vision, and goals are the roadmaps that this power will follow. Understanding, awareness, and self-evaluation are the tools you are going to use to strengthen your ability to live from purpose, vision, and goals. And this is how and why I've designed this program. I designed it to really help you to gain that understanding, awareness, and to guide you through a process of gentle self-evaluation. So let's start talking about purpose. For instance, your purpose is a filter. It's the filter through which you are going to direct this creative power. It is why you do what you do. So you can create what you feel is your highest calling or your highest good. See, many people will get hung up on this. Like, I mean, it's not uncommon to feel that you don't even know what your life's purpose is. Remember, this is a skill. It's got to be developed, just like riding the bike. When you first learn to ride the bike, you got on the bike and you guessed how it will work out for you. You knew that first time when you get on the bike that you weren't going to get it right the first time. You knew that. You knew you were going to fall down a few times. You knew that. But you knew also that you could always ask for help and that you could keep learning from the last fall. So, if you don't know what your life's purpose is right now, that's okay. Just guess. Remember, your purpose will be the filter through which you will make most of your life decisions. Let me give you an example. My purpose is really to be the very best teacher and communicator that I can be of the principles of human potential and creation. I believe my purpose is to guide other people to the full awareness of their purpose and their oneness with their Creator, while being in harmony with the law of compensation. So, That's part of my purpose. Now, there are many business opportunities that I am being presented with that are not in harmony with my purpose. I mean, there has been tremendous opportunities, some of them big time opportunities that looks great on the outside, but because they are not in harmony with my purpose, there may be great opportunities, but if they are not in harmony with my purpose, I just take a pass. There are many times I'm invited to go to an event or a party. Some of them will be really fun events. I mean, but if I have an opportunity to teach or to do a teleseminar, I will always choose to do that because that is more in harmony with my purpose. Your purpose is like the sun. Everything else in your life revolves around it. So from your purpose now, you begin to create your vision. You see, I have found this to be the most powerful, productive activity in the creative process. To me, the time you spend writing out your vision gives you the biggest bang for your time bomb. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. Now, outside of this program and platform, speaking the only other program I offer to work with people are one-on-one. It's like a vision workshop where I believe so much in its power. That's why I do it. See, your vision statement is a detailed description of you living in the full achievement and presence of your purpose in present tense. Your vision will include those things that you are aware of for you to fulfill your purpose, the action steps, as well as the future achievements that you want to have. Put it simply, your goals. Your vision statement. Your vision statement will be the connector between your purpose and your goals. So your vision statement sits right between what your purpose is and how you get to your goals. It's a living, breathing document. Your vision will change as your awareness expands. As you grow, as you learn more, your vision will change. As your understanding expands, as your belief and your self-image changes, so will your vision statement. So it's a living, breathing document. I believe it's more important to spend time with your vision than with your goals or even your purpose. You will find that it will ultimately be your vision that will drive your goals and sharpen your clarity of your purpose. The vision statement is a perfect place to start. If you are lacking clarity of your purpose, you may have a wandering idea of what your purpose is. So you write that out. Write it out to the best of your awareness. Then go right to work on your vision. Writing what you want your life to be. What you want your life to feel like. What you want your life to look like. What type of friends do you want to have? What type of relationships do you want to have? What type of home do you want? What type of clients do you want in your business? What type of habits do you want to create? Write down every aspect of your life, what you want it to look like. You see, this is not a one-time write. Now, you will write it, then you will go back through it and you will edit it to make it clearer. You will change future tense and past tense to the present tense. And you will do it over and over and over until you can see it clearer. You can see the clear vision of what you want stuck right in your head. The writing of your vision should be fun. It should be exciting. You should have a feeling of Hopeful expectation should fill your soul. The vision statement will ultimately be the highest expression of your awareness at that time for your life's highest good and purpose. Then, and only then, from your vision statement, you will begin to identify your goals, short-term goals, and then long-term goals. You see, the biggest challenge in creating the vision and goals is your own inner voices need to know how you are going to fulfill them. That voice just wants to know. When you've created this goal, that voice is always asking you, okay, so how are you going to do this? A very real part of a reasoning mind it's got a need to know how. And it gets stuck in thinking beyond this question. So if this part of your reasoning mind is not satisfied with the answer, it begins the rejection of the idea process. And then it begins to reason why you can't. It accesses all of your past results, all your old files, and it begins to run those programs through your awareness. So to prevent this, staying in the land of possibility. I have used this as the answer to how. Just stay right in the land of possibilities. So with a purpose and a vision, then you begin to focus on goals. Your goals will come from your vision, sometimes directly from your vision, and sometimes as a way for you to live your vision. The purpose of the goal is to benchmark your progress and it will cause you to go to the person who is living your purpose and your vision. You need to have some short-term goals. Perhaps only one day. You need to have some long-term goals. Maybe like a week or even a monthly goal. I would suggest to you, if you have had a struggle in achieving goals in the past, I suggest to you that you set very short-term goals. Set some day goals. Set some half-day goals. What that's going to do is it will allow you to gain confidence in your ability to keep your word and your commitment to yourself, because you can do that. You can keep your word to yourself for a day. You can keep your word to yourself for half a day. And once you do that, it's a win. So you start gaining confidence. Each small win is going to build on the last one, and it will begin to create the winning learning model in your mind. Wow. Once you have that winning learning model, all of a sudden you see yourself as a winner in all the things you do. Wow. How time has crept up on us. I know some of you have found this interesting. Well, like I said at the beginning, for those of you who are interested in finding out more, I said I'd show you a way to do that. You see, this is one of the most powerful pieces in my own development. The idea that we need to work on our purpose, vision, and goals is just, it's obvious when you think about it, isn't it? But I just never did it. So this piece is really, really powerful. And I thought I'd go through it today because this is something you can take and use, whether I ever talk to you again or not. But for many people, or for those of you that need more than just to understand the power of goal setting in order to take a quantum leap in your results, we found that there is fundamentally 12 basic principles to any really effective and complete personal development system. This is just one of them. You have to know, where you are starting from. You have to know where you want to go. You need to understand why. You need to understand other people because you won't get there alone. You need to understand the dangers of inaction and the obstacles and growth that comes with action. You need to understand where the responsibility for change lies and what will happen if you don't. It all starts with decision, and indeed, the role that decision plays at every step of the way, deciding who you are going to become in any given moment. This is the formula of personal growth that I follow, and it's totally changed my life. It's a system that I learned from Paul Martinelli, who I'm proud to call my mentor. And it's a system that over the last 6 to 7 years has been shared with thousands and thousands of people from over 100 different countries around the world. Now, if you would like an overview of the system, or you just have any questions that may not have the time to answer here, please email me at adeadeyemi@johnmaxwellgroup.com. And I'll provide you an overview of the system. And on the back of the overview form that I'm going to send to you, there is an invitation for you to work with me further for 6 months. So you see, the formula for personal growth is transformational. It really is. I mean, I promise you, you will not recognize yourself in 6 months' time. If you understand and you apply the principles in this system that I'm going to share with you, if you follow the system, you are going to grow. You'll grow considerably. And as you grow, everything starts to change. But if you don't grow, then nothing does. It was Socrates who said, the unexamined life is not worth living. He said, this program is designed to dig into your life and lay it wide open. What needs to change? When is it going to change? Who is going to change it? What will happen if it doesn't change? What will happen if it does? This empowerment mentoring program I'm sharing with you is all about giving you your best year ever. We want to really catapult your success. We look at your dreams, your goals, what you want out of life, what you need, the challenges you are facing, your weaknesses. Let's get them on the table. We've got to address them to move you forward to where we're going to looking at some of your problems, getting you to examine them in a safe environment so that you can put them in their proper context and start moving forward. Remove those blocks. We want you to become the person that you are meant to be. We want you to be happier, healthier, and wealthier in all areas of your life. So we start you off right away with understanding what you want. This is a critical first step because it gives you the energy to move forward through the system. And then for 6 months, for 6 whole months, we personally walk you through the program. There is a call every 2 weeks and a complete written curriculum to walk through as we go. There is a teaching calls. There are question and answer calls. There are hard seat calls, live workshops. All the calls are recorded, so you really never miss a thing. Even if you can't make a call and you have email access to me in between calls. The environment is such an important part of change. It really is. So just getting among people who think differently, that in itself is liberating. Many of you know this already, don't you? If you want to play a better game of golf, stop playing with your friends. You see, this program is designed to put you among people who think differently for 6 months straight. So, if you are interested in betting on you, if you are interested to see what you really are capable of when you work on you for 6 solid months, then go ahead and email me or call me directly. Call me at 1954 954-347-7043. That's 954-347-7043. Because when you grow, everything gets better. And if you don't, then nothing does. You already know what will happen if you spend another 10 years on autopilot, don't you? What will happen if you decide to go out and really give you your very best shot? Well, that's it, folks. We're literally out of time, but I will stick around to answer any questions you may have. If you have any questions, you can text me, email me. But I thank you for being on this call. And if you know anyone that will benefit from this teaching, please feel free to pass it on, share it with them. You're welcome to do that. Thank you very much, and see you on the other side. Thank you.